Quite a few turkey running across there. Alright, the reason why I hadn't been making very many videos here lately, been doing a lot of driving around looking for property, get another piece of property to buy. That way go hunting, fishing, shooting, anything else you do when you have your own property. So I don't have enough right now, so I need to go get some more. And that's what we've been doing. So it's pretty hard to get out and go, you know, hunting and fishing all the time whenever you got other things you got to get done, along with having a real job. So we'll see what comes of all this and start trying to put some contracts on a couple places and go from there.
You make a video on if you have a property and you want to get around on it with ease, make better gates than this one.
The struggle is real. In this video, you'll see some pictures and video of different things on different properties you look at, just like this little washout seasonal creek right here. You look for things like that when you're going trying to find a property. You want to get cover and everything where there's just a few places in and out. You need a lot of trees, that way they feel like they're secure, and then you can make your own little food plots and everything else in there, and you get the deer to go where you want them, and you get rid of the pigs because they go wherever they want. It's been real cloudy and been raining a lot today and the last day or so, so everywhere we've been going we've been seeing a lot of turkey, and seen just today probably about 10 or 15 deer just along the road when we've been driving. And as far as turkey, probably saw about 50, and then that was all in just different areas, usually in groups of 3 or larger. But they've been out all day roaming around, and there should be tracks through some of this mud. We'll try to find some more to show you. What you'll see around this tank is what the hogs have been doing. They go to one side where they can see pretty good and they have cover behind them, and they'll make their little hog wallers. And then I'll show you some of these holes. There's probably about 5 or 6 around here. These are just the best ones. That way you can see it.
There's fish in there. Probably jumped in and came back quick as he could.
You look for natural stuff like that, it'll hold moisture, so you know it doesn't get too dry in here for all that stuff to keep growing. And when you're walking through here, what'll always keep these natural trails is all the animals. As you can see how big the trails are for us to walk through, that means they have cows here, so that keeps it where the trails are even bigger than if it was just deer or pigs. We'd have to crawl around a little more if that's what was all that was in here.
That's a big, big pig. Let me talk to you about fences. If you're going to put up a new fence, by all means, just put up barbed wire. If you put up net fences, so many times the does and the yearlings get separated because the doe jumps the fence and she's waiting for that fawn, and that fawn can't get through the net fence, And so it just lays down right there by the fence, waits for its mama to take off and come back. Well, by the time she comes back, a coyote or something has already come down the fence line and has grabbed it and killed it. So I don't like net fences because of that reason. Now, if there's a certain place where you don't want the deer to be moving very much, or the hogs to be moving, by all means try to use the net fence, but the hogs are going to tear it up anyway. So the barbed wire fence is the best way to go, because the hogs don't tear it up as bad. They still break it sometimes, especially if they hit it going full blast when something scares them. But barbed wire fence is by far the best, and it's the easiest one to put up, and most people put it up a whole lot quicker than they do net fence. It's easier to stretch. But get you some good posts, get you some 6.5 footers, and instead of a 5-strand barbed wire fence, put up a 6-strand barbed wire fence. Make it look like you care for your place. All right.
We're back to the back of the property now. There seems to be a lot more pig tracks and more deer activity. There's not a busy road out in the front of this, but it's enough. It keeps all the animals back here to the back, and I don't know how much further the woods go back here, so that does make a big difference. This property here has a lot of pigs on it. We've only seen a few deer tracks, not as many as what we were hoping, but if you're after pigs, you can look for properties that have low areas that'll hold water. That way they remain muddy longer. There's a lot of big pigs on this property. I know we're down here in Texas and we do have pigs, deer, and all kinds of other animals. And I know some of you guys up north, y'all want pigs. You really don't. But if you do, you can always get you a property down in Texas and you can come thin them out. Then you'll get tired of it real quick once they start tearing up your fence, your fields, and everything else. Anyway, you can always watch the other pig videos that we make. Here, we're not gonna be able to run them down in a Ranger, but you can set up good hog traps and sit in a tree and catch the single ones that are coming by. Also, on your hunting property, what you want to look for is a good place that'll hold water. If it already has a stock tank, a creek that will hold water, or water troughs you have out for your deer, you want to make sure they always have a supply of water.
Hey, let me talk to you for a moment about mesquite trees. A lot of people like to see every mesquite gone off their property. Most places I like to see them gone away from the road so I don't get flats and stuff, from the thorns. But a lot of the times, those are the best places that I like to put my cows in, is a mesquite thicket, because the cows get so fat because the grass underneath the mesquite trees give off a lot of nitrogen. A lot of people don't know that. And of course, when the mesquite beans ripen, my cows, deer, possums, raccoons, everything eat off of them.
In this video, I can't think, what do you... Something went running in there. But in this video, and if you like this style of video, we're showing what we look for when we're looking for a property to buy and sell, or just buy just to hunt. That way, if you don't want to lease, that way you get some return on your investment. Then go ahead and hit the like button down below, leave a comment on things you look for when you go to a property, and go ahead and subscribe.